Hey, how's it going, everybody? Before we get into today's video, just want to give you guys a quick heads up of how these come to be. Obviously, we're going to be doing a NRG press conference in detail. Got a better camera, a better microphone, all that kind of stuff. It's the full-length thing. These matches come after any major pivotal moment in the tournament when they qualify for like the next stage. So if you get out of wildcard into group stage, or in this case, group stage into the Championship Sunday playoffs, this is right after NRG and Semper played their series. Starts off with some really funny moments from the guys because of a misunderstood question. Garrett has a hilarious conversation with himself, and from there it continues. So 15-20 minutes. If you guys want to see more of these, again, this is me working press on behalf of Psionics, allowing me to come in and interview and do these in full form. If you guys like these full form interviews, if you like seeing the in-depth behind the scenes stuff that no one else really gets to, let me know in the comments down below. I have one for Furia as well as version 1. I think I have as well. So if you guys want to see those in full length, let me know in the comments down below. A lot of you had that outcry during the LAN vlog, which also came out last week. So with that said, enjoy the press conference with NRG.
I hate it. I don't know why they're here. Why are you guys here? Not you, them.
I'm here to support you.
Oh wait, I was like, wow, a lot of press games. This is just half of us.
I think to start, just say your name and position, and then we'll have questions right after, and whenever you're ready.
I'm first man.
You go first.
My name's Justin. I play first man.
I think it's like player, right?
I'm a player, guys.
Yeah. Mariano. Especially player. My turn?
Yeah.
My name's GarrettG.
I got COVID.
I play the role of strat caller for NRG. Yeah. Right? Shot caller? Sure. In-game leader.
Just asking if you're a player.
Yeah, that's all they're asking. I'm a player.
Is this recorded?
No.
Yes.
Shocking. My name is Sis. I am the coach of NRG.
And that's cord plugger in.
What? The cord?
I plug in cords too for Garrett.
Yeah.
IT.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start off easy. Sis, how's the toe? The toe, it's been broken for 5 weeks. It's healing now. I'm looking good. I'll be rematching Jason Nunez in 3 weeks when he comes to my house.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Michael DeSanero. I'm from Shift. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for introducing yourselves. I had no idea who you are. That's not fun. So it's really cool of you to do that. Second thing, obviously, you guys had a rough spring, but you bounced back, and now you're in the top 8. How does it feel to be competing again to repeat as world champions?
That's what it's all for you, Squishy.
That's all you
It feels good. I wanted to win with these guys at some point in my career. I hope it's this turn. I hope tomorrow. But if it's not, then there's always next year. And then if not, then there's next year. And if not, then there's next year, right? So.
I can't take this serious. I'm looking at you.
It's true. There's always next year.
I can't take this
There's
serious.
always next year.
At the end of the day,
I know. I see it. They shouldn't allow that guy. Get him out of here. Guy in the back. Get him out. Security.
I can't. This is gonna make me laugh too much.
All right, let's get on with it.
Alright, thanks guys. Candidly, this is gonna be a pretty cool experience. I know it's been 3 years and you guys have kind of been away from it. So taking through the experience of kind of waiting for that moment to get back to the stage, I know that's kind of been the driving force. You guys missed out on it. You guys then didn't get to a major at all, and now you're here and you're top 8 playing for the final day where it literally could be anybody's match. Can you kind of take through the moment of what it's been through the process of this year to get back to an actual world championship, not just an online regional event against the same teams every single time?
Yeah, I think LA was like the worst experience ever, just because we were saying in Sweden, like, dude, there was a crowd, that would have been so sick, whatever, we made the final, whatever, and then we go to LA and we completely miss it, and then we don't make the spring major, and we miss the whole chance of even doing it. So to me, it felt like the first, even yesterday playing Renegades, it was like the first time I was in front of a crowd, just because it's been so long. Like, it's not something you can easily remember, because after the LAN, I want to do it again. You miss the feeling pretty quick. So I don't know. I'm glad we did good enough to make it and have a chance to redeem ourselves. I'm glad spring wasn't so bad that it ruined our whole season. So yeah.
Yep.
I'll be answering.
I'm sorry.
His eyes look so
I know, he's
So you guys, I don't know if you knew this, but you'll be playing G2. It's a classic matchup, NRG G2. Everyone knows about it. Are you guys excited to go against them? Obviously, they've been probably the best team in North America all season. You guys were in that conversation for a large majority as well. Are you excited to get out there and play against your old rivals? Are you scared? What's the vibes?
I think excited, for sure. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to get to wear white jerseys now. These green ones are hideous.
That's true. Yeah, I'm excited as well. I just want to play. And it's only 3 series to win the whole thing, so it's 1 series at a time is doable.
I mean, I think we're definitely underdogs just because they've been, you know, they're major champions. They've been playing better, but I think it's better than if we like face the BDS first, who we haven't even played that roster. Like if we're gonna make a run, I think playing
We're
someone
familiar with
yeah,
us.
yeah. Like if we're gonna make a run, starting with someone we're familiar with is like I think a good start for sure.
Remember when I talked specifically to Garrett, Justin, and LA, you guys talked about how you've learned so much at that event just because it was an experience of, you guys have been on top pretty much for the last 2 years. Since you guys formed, you've been the dominant team. And then you had the BDS result, which was kind of eye-opening of like, they are just better than us. Has there been any like major learning moments over the course of like this World Championship? Because it is like, from different formats to taking a day off to bouncing back to all those type of qualifications. What are like is the big and the like key takeaways you guys have had with this World Championship, which has been so different from all others?
Definitely to not overthink, because we overthink a lot the past how many months, 4 months probably.
Yeah. And we also had like a really good game plan going into like this tourney. Like we've been dominating scrims, doing the way we wanted to play, and then on stage we haven't really been doing it. And then today was like the first time we kind of tried to actually do it, implement it, and it worked really well. So if we like trust ourselves, I think we'll do well.
Yeah, we shouldn't. I think the big like if I could go back in time, like I would have taken that one LAN and tried to like change everything because it's very easy to overthink this game, especially like with all the talk about the new players and this is the meta, this is that. Like I think there's multiple different ways you can play. Like you don't always have to copy the exact play style of like the best team. So I don't know, Space Station was like completely different from Moist and them, and they placed well the past decent the past 2 years. So they definitely not overthinking.
This question directed towards Sis. Obviously, as a coach, there's no real defined role of a coach in Rocket League, and your own role seems to have changed since you came on a few years ago. How is going through a rough patch with the team and regaining, getting back to top 8? How is, if you can talk about that, like leaking strats or something? How does your role as a coach change, and how have you helped get back in that way?
I mean, with these 3 guys, like, if you look at them, they really are just like the entire North American history of Rocket League. Like, they've been on top forever, so for them, it was a weird period for them not being able to just win consistently. Every team was constantly improving, and the new meta started shifting to our demos and trying to control more and different stuff. So we had to like adapt more. We would just beat teams purely off of like skill before, and as the meta shifted and we started to fall off, it just took a bit for us to come together and say like, okay, we're falling behind, and let's come up with a strategy going into Worlds. And I think before Worlds we did that pretty well. We went to scrims, every scrim talking about what we wanted to do, and I think we executed it pretty well on scrims, and now it just comes down to executing on stage.
Thanks.
Yeah, I want to follow up on that. I mean, it takes a lot of self-reflection to go through those moments where you guys have been able to rely on just what it felt like pure talent, but then to actually face that adversity, try to make those adjustments. Is there any like key moments that you guys can kind of remember when it came to like something that clicked, or like maybe there was a moment that you can like reflect on, whether it be banter between you guys or Justin's Sour Patch Kids meta or whatever the heck you guys are calling it? But
I mean, there was definitely moments like that. Like we had like a team argument. Like we weren't like mad at each other, but we just like we were like stressed out. Just like no one knew how to like perform, right?
Was this like recent?
What do you mean?
The recent thing?
Yeah, the recent thing.
Well, it happened like twice, but the more recent one, it happened like before Worlds, and we were all happy it happened before Worlds because we were able to like just come together.
It was more just like a conversation. Kind of everyone's feelings on the team and what we can change, what we can do differently, how we can make things more comfortable. Not an argument. I would say it's more just a conversation. We're all giving our thoughts. I wouldn't say I'm like mad at them. Like, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, you know what I mean? Like,
we get edited in post. It's fine.
So, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say I was like, no one was mad at each other. Everyone was just like saying their thoughts on the team and what we should change, what we should try to work toward. Yeah.
This is my last question, by the way. So obviously, guys have followings online, big followings online, and you guys kind of have a different experience. I feel like the majority of players, outside of names like maybe like Arsenal or Jack, got other players with big names. How do you feel like being someone who, if you walk out into the section, people are going to ask you to take photos, or knowing that you are a personality, you represent the game itself, does that change your experience at LAN? Do you enjoy it? Do you like having people come up to you constantly? Like, what is it like to be someone who is, not to pat you on the back too hard, but a legitimate superstar in a game that's growing to be pretty big?
I would say we always talk about how when we lose something, we're like, dang, it seems like when other teams lose, no one cares. That must be nice. But at the same time, it's not must be nice. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I would much rather have this where people do care if you lose. People do. I mean, people aren't super harsh about it.
It reminds you you've been successful because people they're happy to see you lose finally.
It puts a lot more pressure, I think, on us because I think that's what happened in spring. We had so much pressure to bounce back that we kind of started. We weren't having fun, to be honest. Our first match back, it was just it was
just felt stress. The whole split felt stress.
Yeah,
basically. So I think we all lost confidence from the event before. We're just trying to feel normal again. I don't know. It was all very stressful. The whole split for me at least.
Yeah,
for sure.
And when you when all you see is criticisms, you start to resent the game a little bit.
And also overthink the way you're playing. Yeah. Are these random fans that don't know anything about the game really, right? Maybe.
They're not any good.
Nah.
Yeah. But this makes it worth it for sure. When everyone is chanting energy and stuff, it's definitely worth it for sure.
Final question for you guys too. Following up on that, you guys talk a lot about people having their opinions and stuff like that, but candidly, we all know that you guys are the ones that actually know you live it, you breathe it, you're there every single day. If there's something that you guys have to say, whether it be a player that people should watch out for, someone that they aren't paying enough attention to, someone in the scene that doesn't get enough credit, any of that kind of stuff, if there's someone that you guys have that's on your mind, or someone that you just kind of respect, obviously, you guys go way back with Fire and stuff, those people that work really hard behind the scenes that do not get love, is there anybody that just comes to mind that you're this person needs
I'd say Gimmick's a changed person from C9 days. It's completely different mind, the way he thinks about the game. He's very open-minded to things. He's very hardworking, studies a lot of teams, really cares about the game a lot. So I hope he does well.
I also think just non-mechanical players.
They're
well
underappreciated a lot. Play even Rise, I'd say, on that team. He does so much for that team, but he's not the one scoring crazy goals. Yeah. But he's the reason why they succeed.
Torment and stuff that.
Yeah. Torment bounce.
Everyone sees the cool flashy goals and they think they're the best players, but.
Yeah, I heard Thor hit a double flippy on Monkey in Spirit.
I heard that too.
I mean, we were in our practice shoot today, and the only person in the V1 booth from the early morning before we got there was Torment.
He's always here.
Man, stage grind.
He's always been like that.
Yeah, I respect that.
Comes really just late.
Yeah, I mean, I felt at one point, I feel like Torment did what Turbo should have done.
He made up for his this being behind by outgrinding people.
He just straight grinded back because he knew he was falling behind, and he's back now. So
we love it, but we also hate it because I haven't been able to get an interview with him at all because he's too busy getting to the
He's always grinding.
Maybe I should start doing that.
Do you guys feel the same way about Lost? Lost is.
I haven't watched enough.
Yeah, I haven't watched enough either. So much about him individually.
We know he do a lot of rides.
Okay. Maybe talking about Sam, I think Card randomly got really good to me. He randomly got super good.
Wasn't his nickname King Card 3 years ago or something?
Yeah. I mean, he's always been good, but he's there was a little time where I was wow, Yan is he's kind of there was some games with going through, but now I notice Card when they play a lot more.
Cool. That's it for me. If you guys know me.
I actually have one more thing I said with my last question. You just reminded me, and I was thinking of another way here. You guys are obviously now on the older side of Rocket League players, and there's a lot of players that are, they were really good in their primes, and then they kind of, from your generation, they kind of fell off, and they've been replaced with this new generation, and the new generation of that. Not you. Your mind was never. But so, how do you guys? Becoming the veterans, how does it feel to see, the people that you grew up playing against or came up playing against, kind of go into the next stage of their lives while you guys are still here? How does it feel to suddenly become the elder statesman of the Rocket League community?
Yeah, I personally think, so many people say that's so funny. It's just a motivation thing because I've been friends with a lot of those people who fell off or they literally just would always stop playing.
They all had the talent to keep going.
I think we could have a lot more people, especially back in the day, just for example, Remco, you know, he was a little bit older, and there wasn't as much money, so I think that kind of put pressure on some of those people that were older to like move on. But like for me, I was 15, so it didn't matter if I was making, you know, $10 a month or, you know, whatever else. So I think it's just a motivation thing, and I think a lot of the players playing now will make it pretty far in terms of age.
So you think that like with the growth of the game and the financial growth that came with it, you think that the young players now will be playing like for a lot longer than
I mean, just to add to that, like my old teammate Matt literally didn't want to play anymore because he was going to school for UCLA. So he like was always just complaining about like I kind of want to play Rocket League more. Like there's no prize pool, there's no future in it. He always thought that. So he just stopped playing and started focusing on school. And then now the game is blown up. And he's messaging me saying he regrets it. So it's like not back then you didn't really have too much options. There wasn't too much growth. And now it's just this thing's blowing up.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the, like, us at least, like, when we started playing tournaments back then, 2015, 2016, it was like, if you win, you get like $15. So we weren't playing for the money, right? We were playing to, like, compete and, like, be the best at the time. We're still like that. Like, for me, this is a big prize pool, but, like, I don't look at the prize pool like that. Like, I'm just trying to make the final just to say that like, we did it, like, we got top 2. Like, if we win this, then it's even better, right?
Prize pool is the last thing we look at.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want the title.
We want our title more than the prize pool.
That's what I mean. So, like, we've always been, like, we have that motivation. I think we've always, like, throughout our career, we've all been best player in the world at one point. Justin probably longer than both of us by a lot. But like I had my little period, 2017 years had his times, and Justin like definitely like had the longest time of all of us. But like we're always trying to get back there. Like all of us have that motivation for that. We know we can do that, but the game is more about playing as a team now. So like people like me and Garrett know that Justin's the GOAT. So if we can make him play like comfortable and be the best, like we want to do that for him. So we'd be willing to take the back foot for him to like.
You're that psycho. Don't shout out everybody.
No, he knows he's good. He knows.
We lost the series, but we got the shot at the tournament.
That's
no one remembers wins. We remember clips.
But basically, we just all like, I think we know what we're capable of, and we're always just trying to like play up to our potential, and we're not gonna like let ourselves down and not put in the work,
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.